that's fine, or vice versa. Because it really applies if you have an inheritance. And this is really for the women who have an inheritance, or that's going to inherit anything. Okay, and every daughter that possesses an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife unto one of the family of the tribe of their father, that the children of Israel may enjoy every man the inheritance of his fathers. Neither shall the inheritance remove from one tribe to another tribe, but every one of the tribes of the children of Israel shall keep himself to his own inheritance. Because the reason that would be a problem, because I know it's in the book of Joshua, there was a point in time in the book of Joshua where they were about to get at, was it Gad? It was a point in time, let me see if it's this. Okay, that's right. So let's see. It was a particular time where Israel was about to go heads up with some other tribes because they thought that they were building an altar to another god during the time of Joshua. But really, what they were doing, they were building an altar because of the land that they was given. They was to ensure that each side of the land or whatever was to be differentiated between this tribe and that tribe, because after so many generations of kids, eventually it's going to get to the point where you're going to have Jake or the children that's going to say, this is my lot. Then the other tribe's going to say, no, this is my lot. And eventually it'll be lost. So let's see. So this is Joshua 22, verse 10. And I'm going to jump down. It says, and when they came into the borders of Jordan that are in the land of Canaan, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh built there an altar by Jordan and a great altar to see to. So it was Reuben, Gad, and half of Manasseh. And if you read down, it says, and the children of Israel heard say, behold, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh have built an altar over against the land of Canaan and the borders of Jordan at the passage of the children of Israel. And when the children of Israel heard of it, the whole congregation of the whole children of Israel gathered themselves together against Shiloh to go of war against them, because they thought they was building an altar to another god. So they pretty much ran up on them and said, the hell y'all doing? Y'all about to get us all jacked up. But here's what they said, so let's jump down. Okay, so verse 21, after they confronted them, then the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh answered, said unto the heads of the thousands of Israel, the Lord God of gods, the Lord Yahweh of gods, he knoweth all, and Israel he knoweth. If it be rebellion, or if in transgression against the Lord, save us not this day, that we have built us an altar to turn from following the Lord, or if to offer thereupon a burnt offering, a meat offering, or if it was a peace offering therein, let the Lord himself require it. Jump down. Okay. Verse 25, it says, for the Lord hath made Jordan a border between us and you. Ye children of Reuben and children of Gad, ye have no part in the Lord. So shall your children make our children cease from fearing the Lord. Therefore we said, let us now prepare to build us an altar, not for a burnt offering nor a sacrifice, but that it may be a witness between us and you and our generations after us, that we might do the service of the Lord before him with our burnt offerings and with our sacrifices and with our peace offerings, that your children may not say to our children in the time come, ye have no part in the Lord. Therefore said we, that it shall be when they should so say unto us or unto our generations in the time come, that we may say again, behold, the pattern of the altar of the Lord, which our fathers made, not for burnt offerings nor sacrifices, but as a witness between us and you. So so it was a reminder, because of the land that they got, which was Jordan, that their inheritance wouldn't eventually cross over, you could say, down the line. Children will eventually forget what they say. The children after them will eventually say what, like, ye have no part in the Lord, or You have no part in this land. So that altar was a sign to remember that those tribes, whatever that altar, whatever it fell upon, that was their lot and that was the other people's lot. So that was a big deal back then. So going back to Numbers, after Moses gave that commandment, verse 10, it says, even as the Lord commanded Moses, so did the daughters of Zelophehad did for Mahlah, Tizrah, and Haglah, and Milcah, and Noah. The daughters of Zelophehad were married unto their father's brothers' sons. So it was their cousins. And guess what? That's something else that you really don't hear most Israelites talk about as far as marriage. As far as read the law of Leviticus, it tells you who you can and who you can't mess with, sleep with, or marry with. And as you're not supposed to marry close kindred, like anybody of your father's, and it gives you the list. But your cousins, it was actually a normal thing back then for us to marry our cousins. Now, I guess the real reason you don't hear many people talk about that in today's time is because people look at you weird. And I remember the few times I brought that up amongst my family, they just give me looks because I assume when you talk about that, people just assume that you have intentions. I'm like, look, I ain't got no intentions. I'm just telling you how it was, And most people actually still do it. They just don't announce it because the world look upon them is like frowned upon. But Rebecca and Isaac, they were cousins. Jacob and his wives, they were all related. They were all related. See, so he says, for the daughters were married unto their father's brother's sons, so their uncle's children, they were their cousins. See, how many people know that? And it says, and they were married unto the families of the sons of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribes of the family of their father. These are the commandments and judgments which the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses unto the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. So we had laws about how to ensure that inheritance wouldn't fall upon this tribe to that tribe. We even built altars and such to ensure that down the line the children won't forget whose land belonged to whose and what belongs to what, because that can easily become an issue, especially with Jake. So with that, I hope it was edifying, and I say shalom.